Hello everybody, welcome to the week in Marvel Avengers Alliance. Today is Friday, January 15th, and we've got a small amount of things to take a look at today, but nothing particularly huge. Today's background music will be linked in the description. Beautiful chill out experience. It is a down-tempo chill out mix. So the biggest thing about today, well actually there's two really big things today. We have two new Squirrel Girl outfits that have been released. They are the same outfit but two different classes, and this is something we thought was coming and it turns out it is. Also, the biggest news and incredibly disappointing is that the Howard the Duck lockboxes are over. Unless today is bugged, we are no longer getting lockboxes for Howard the Duck. So if you don't have him yet, you're going to have to buy it. I do apologize about something. I was given information that the game was data mined by a Brazilian group, that we were going to continue to have lockboxes up until the middle of February. It turns out, stopping 1 month early, nope. We are back to normal equipment and experience, so it does not seem like Howard the Duck is continuing. Now, before everybody panics and goes, oh crap, I need to dump a bunch of gold to get Howard the Duck. First of all, at this point, if you guys have been doing it daily, I think you should be really close, unless you manage to dupe out every single lockbox. And that would be horrible luck, and I really doubt anybody's had that. I had bad luck, and even I didn't have that. Before you freak out, wait until tomorrow and see if tomorrow again continues not to give you lockboxes. If it doesn't, yeah, then I think it is time to panic. So as you can see, we do not have a new Spec Ops today. We thought maybe it would be happening, but it doesn't seem to be. And we don't seem to have a new chapter, which is actually what I'm thinking is going to come first, is the chapter. And of course, thank God, no new PvP or anything, so that seems to be out. I don't honestly know if my ticket for the Hexenjäger has gone anywhere yet. I did receive a response that they were passing it on to the devs and to watch the patch notes area to see if it ever gets fixed. So we are going to take a look at Squirrel Girl cosplaying as Howard the Duck. Also, for some reason, the Roaring Rampage is on sale already. This was from the Misty Knight PvP season, and now it's being sold. Do I think it's worth it? Not really. It starts cooldown, and it has a kicks like a mule. It has Brutal Strike, Deadly Crits, Vindictive, attacks against targets with Marked for Revenge are guaranteed to hit crit and ignore most evasion. When your agent is attacked, you apply the Marked for Revenge, increasing the damage done on the next attack. It's not too bad if it was orchestrated properly in PvP, like for example, somebody gets marked and you have a scrapper curve that's about ready to use scrapper power on somebody and blow them up and blow up some rooms. It's a little too situational. It does have some really high-end damage. If you earned it from PvP, great. If you didn't, I wouldn't necessarily say to drop gold on this. Now, I've already bought the tactician suit for Doreen, and I've left the scrapper alone because she actually, is a scrapper by default. What I didn't know at this point in time, and why I only got the tactician at first, is because of the fact that, like Hyperion, she has double ISOs. Kind of strange, isn't it? So I already have her moved over to Tactician, and I have her classified as such. It's really good for the hero bonuses. I dropped in Sympathetic, so that whenever she uses her nutty, or nuts, she'll get healed. I also have her with Savant, starting her with a shield. Now what might be good for her is the inexhaustible, but she really has nothing that is exhaustible on a given turn. If you go with Furry Fury being on call And then another action, that's good. And of course the round in which she gains a level 15 tactical bonus, that would be good that she's inexhaustible. However, I don't think it's the strongest ISO for her. Savant's not too bad because if she's going to be protecting, having a shield is not a bad idea. As we can see, poor health, poor stamina, decent attack, decent defense and accuracy, high evasion. Using the PKB method of ISOing her, you would go for health, attack, accuracy, and evasion. However, you could make a case, if she starts protecting properly, that it may be good to bump up her defense also. And that's due to Hard Nut to Quack. Protects allies from single target attacks. Has a high chance to take reduced damage when attacked because Squirrel Girl. She of course has Super Squirrely. She has now ducks in a row. All allies have a chance to follow up after each other's single target attacks if Howard the Duck is present. Now that's almost being slightly redundant due to the fact that Howard the Duck has that Coulson BFG, which grants the team the same passive. But there's nothing stopping you from stacking those passives. For example, Ares and Sabretooth, Ares and Psylocke, all of those things can still stack. It just gives you an increased chance per turn that something will happen. Both things won't happen, but essentially you have multiple chances at it. You would have like the Psylocke one, you would have the Howard the Duck one, you would have the Psylocke one, or you'd have the Ares one. Doom is showing there because I was running him with the magic users daily. So I'm going to go ahead and set up for the simulator. And this is not the one I want to take. I don't feel like fighting Sauron and the Lizard. You know, I've actually never fought this set as of yet. So I don't honestly know how it goes, but this is not the one that I prefer. I may eventually do a video on my preferred people for these simulator fights. Some of the, like, the best of the best. But, still thinking about it. I definitely have ones in mind for the Blaster and Tactician. And the Bruiser and Scrapper, Hafe definitely gets my vote there due to the heals and the immunity. So Psylocke is going first. Now what's going to happen over here is I'm not actually going to gain my tactical bonus. That's because Psylocke's level 1 is a quick action due to an ISO. Now I'll be able to gain it because it's not a quick action. So there goes Squirrel Girl joining in, likely due to mental coordination, but it could have been Honorary Duck. Who honestly knows? Now, I could refresh mental coordination and get the energize, but I'm not, because nobody else is down stamina except her, so it's a bit of a waste. Howard will use Ductini. He'll use the Neurotripe. Now, because we have a Blaster present over there, this will give him his tactical bonus. So now Dark Hawkeye is flanked. And actually, we're getting a bunch of follow-ups already. And now I could use the BFG on Dark Thor. And apparently lots of people are joining in on this. Lots of people are joining in on this. We don't know what's causing that one. It could be mental coordination, it could be Squirrel Girl's passive, it could be the BFG. The point is, it's happening, and it's happening well. And that's it. Didn't even take one hit point of damage there in that first round. So Psylocke starts it off. We're going to give her 15 bonus. So that's a quick action. That's the end of her first round. Howard joins in. And then we're going to use the mental coordination to refresh it and also get our stamina back. On this turn over here, we'll go ahead and Quack Fu to set him up with some pressure points. And the team ups have just obliterated Sandman. So now on Squirrel Girl's turn, what I've done is I've equipped the pressurized ISO on her level 1. I've equipped On Call on Fury. And over here on Wrath of the Raging Squirrel, I have increased chance to crit because she has deadly crits. So the first thing that I'm going to do is get the Hood flanked. Because it is a summon action, it of course doesn't get any counterattacks. And it looks like we have a few more acorns that we could use. See, now as you can see, Generosity is proccing there, just topping your hit points off. Now, what is the benefit of the tactical version over the scrapper version? Well, obviously the scrapper is very good for initiating follow-ups, because at 15 you can activate the scrapper bonus no matter what. But the tactician bonus has a better resting hero bonus than scrappers. And of course the full-on extra turret. Wow, Psylocke just did buckets of damage over there. So it's really up to you. Do realize that if you do get her tactician suit, you are sacrificing a bit of accuracy from her being a scrapper. This is due to the fact that she was previously a scrapper, so if you owned her, you are of course knocking your accuracy down a little bit. But the tactician bonus is pretty good, and there's ways of fixing accuracy. Anytime you put out staggered, accuracy is a non-issue. As you can see, Children of the Atom is coming from Psylocke and Squirrel Girl because, yes, she is classified as a mutant. She told Iron Man that. Fuck what they're doing nowadays where the MCU is trying to claim Squirrel Girl and the mom is saying, oh, she's not really a mutant, blah, blah. No, she's a mutant. She said she's a mutant. Stop the infighting. Familiar because of summons. And that is because he's got a summons. He actually summoned Squirrel Girl's thing. And Squirrel Girl has a summons. And the cosplay contest, which is Squirrel Girl and Howard the Duck. You Have My Sword is coming from Howard the Duck and Psylocke. And that's probably where Martial Arts Masters is coming in too. So Howard the Duck is now going to be ready to train. And he'll be ready to train when Jessica Jones comes up in 7 hours. And then Gamora's training to 15 for me for another 11 or so. Basically just going to be smart in this downtime over here and try to get as many tacticians up as possible. While getting, any other stragglers up to 13. So personally, I do think the tactician one is the way to go. It's probably safer to get both, at least for situational things. However, if you are on a budget, I think a tactician is the way to go because of the health bonus and the fact that a lot of people are definitely taking pretty solid advantage of the simulators and getting their tacticians up and whatnot, so that their health gets up there. So that's pretty much it for the week. Of course, PvP is done. We have no Spec Ops. We have no new chapters. I believe there is some speculation now as to who are the people that will be required for this. But that fully remains to be seen. And today's daily is definitely one that's a pretty quick farm and a good one to farm. It is the power mission, and it is magic users only. I've been using my agent and Dr. Doom, and I can farm these out pretty quick. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and for future MAA content, until something definite drops, I think I may eventually do a best of the best for the simulator battles. As you can see here for the tactician ones, I do tend to like Psylocke a lot. She's able to walk right through infiltrators, and as you can see from the damage she did, she does huge amounts of damage, and I really think she absorbs the neurotrope from Howard the Duck very well. Really ramps her up. So, take care everybody, have yourselves a good weekend, stay warm, and until next time, peace out.